Hi guys, and welcome to our video for today, the 17th of August 2026. Currently looking at the stock IVF here in the pre-market. Currently 11:40 UK time, 20 to 7, 6:40 AM Eastern time. And the stock IVF is currently going up. INVO Fertility and previous runner, excuse me. And yeah, it looks really good. So we're going to start on the 5-minute time frame to look at some day trading setups. We're going to look at the 4-hour time frame to see what we need to hold these stocks overnight. We're going to look at the daily time frame for holding this stock longer than overnight and potentially for a swing trade for later into the week, Thursday, Friday sort of time. So yeah, I mean, I like this one, basically consolidating in the falling wedge pattern. 3 touches beside the wedge from a churn of consolidation. If it's not 3 touches beside the wedge, it's a premature consolidation. And one of the indicators on here, you can see that if we were to break over $3 here, not only we're breaking beyond the resistance and breaking from the wedge right here where my cursor is, I'm trying to move it, we'll also be above the 80 EMA, Bollinger Band Center, 60 EMA, and 200 EMA and 200 MA, which is part of my criteria for entry. I only take trades above all moving averages on the 1-minute and 5-minute time frame, guys. So this one looks good. There is a confluence of resistance also strengthened at 3, not only by the horizontal support here, but also by the up thrust and the top of the wedge. So typically, the top of the wedge is limitation and structural first target of where the stock can reach. And also we have the up thrust, which is 307 here, which is the high of day. So it's only felt comfortable being at 307, not being higher. So, you know, it only feels comfortable up to that point for now. The stock says 3 things. The up thrust, the high of day. So that's 1. Just semantics, so you can say the up thrust or high of day. I say up thrust, it's easier, but let's call it high of day. 307, which is where it feels comfortable most being at in terms of a peak. We can't go further than it's from what it's done before, so that's one limitation. Second limitation is the top of the wedge being a structural first target around 3. And then the third limitation is the horizontal resistance of 3 also. So 3 resistances in 1, which means once it breaks 3, it's going to be a very strong break of 3. And the stronger the break, the better, because the bigger the move. So keep your eyes on this with a 1-minute criminal close over 3, or a 2-3% push over 3, and it should run at least 10% and carry forwards towards the next resistance of around $4. And this one looks really good for a day trade. However, though, if you were to lose 1.7, you're failing the golden cross retest, the 60 EMA and the 5-minute time frame, and also the top of the Bollinger Band here and the bottom of the Bollinger Band here, these navy lines, is where 95% of price action takes place, guys. So the stock basically makes candles 95% of the time in this navy line here at the bottom and in between this navy line here at the top. So if it were to break it in a negative adverse effect, it's basically it's going to be super demotivated, be unhappy. It's like throwing up, and yeah, it's going to come back down. Probably to 200 EMA, 200 MA around here, 1.35 area for a further golden cross retest. So ultimately, beneath 1.7, I wouldn't want to be in this for a day trade, swing trade, holding it overnight or anything. It looks done beneath 1.7 in my opinion, unless it can re-break. But I wouldn't want to be in it anyway. Beneath 1.7, I'd stop out around there. So the 4-hour time frame, if we get a 4-hour candle close over 3 by, let's call it 4 p.m. Eastern time today, is currently this 4-hour candle will close in an hour and 15 minutes at 8. So if we get a close over 3, we'll hit 4 and should continue up towards 5.2, the next resistance. So a 4-hour green candle close over 3 would see us hit the first target for a different, we looked at the day trade, this is now a different type of trade, a short-term swing trade. So we manage it differently and enter position size differently. So a 4-hour green candle close over 3 will see us hit the first target of around 25 to 30% for 4 on this one. And then we can sell 50% on there at that first target. And then the second target, you can sell 40%. The next resistance is around 5.2, 5 to 5.2, so around 65% second target, which isn't bad at all. And then you leave 10% to run, etc. And I wouldn't hold it overnight until we get that, or look for a short-term swing trade for into the next day for tomorrow, until we get a 4-hour green candle close over 3 on this. And again, beneath 1.7 is finito. And then going to daily time frame. So if we want to hold this for a longer period of time, we can zoom in and see what we need. So we're currently around 2.6. It's a bit difficult because obviously the daily candle isn't printed yet on the Weeble chart. But I'm going to measure from the up thrust here, which is like the temporary peak, 3.11. Draw a wedge here, and you can see as technical breakout, we broke out over 1.7. Now we've pumped up, and actually the the top of the wedge is here, isn't it, on the daily time frame as well as the 5-minute time frame. 3.07 on the 5-minute, 3.11 on the daily. So 3 is a really strong resistance, guys. So this is a really good swing. If we have a daily green candle close over 3, I would be happy to swing this definitely in towards 5.2. So there's two ways you can go about it. Either low risk is wait for the 4-hour green candle close over 3 and then sell 50% at 4, sell 40% at 5, 5.2. Higher risk, wait for the daily green candle close because it's higher risk because it's not, you're more guaranteed to get the 4-hour than the daily candle and to close in the confirmation of entry. So it's higher risk waiting, firstly. And then secondly, also it's higher risk because you just be selling at 5.2 for around a 60% sort of move on this one, 5 to 5.2. So I really like this for a swing trade. If it has daily green candle close over 3, I think we'll come up and hit 5.2 on this. So yeah, beneath, again, if you have a 60% first target, make sure your stop loss is like 40% or something. Just common sense really. Just make sure your stop loss isn't as big or larger than your first target for a swing trade, obviously. And if your first target is 50-60%, to have a stop loss of 50-60% is insane. So if you were to get a daily candle close over 3, my stop loss would be around 30-35%, to be honest, and I'd look to sell around 50-60%, as explained. So yeah, that's IVF, guys. Looks really good. Daily green candle close over 3, 4-hour green candle close over 3, as explained, and a 2-3% push over 3, or 1 minute green candle close over 3 for a day trade of a move of at least 10%, following which breakout against the 1-day resistance. So IVF looks good. Keep it on your watch list. We'll be back later with more videos. So thanks, guys, and catch you all later.